Take a look at this speaker. Notice anything about it? You probably don't realize it, but this speaker is actually made from old grocery bags and electric bike batteries like these. One company is doing something pretty cool by collecting plastic bags and retired e-bike batteries, which contribute to UK's waste problem, and making one-of-a-kind speakers from them. How? Stay tuned, because that's what we're checking out in this week's episode. How are plastic bags and e-bike batteries contributing to the climate crisis? What types of materials are being used, and how did it get turned into speakers? To find out the answers, we'll be talking to a group that's upcycling all of this into this. This is Tom Means. He's made it his mission to collect plastic bags and batteries from e-bikes to upcycle them into these speakers, all while transforming how we view waste.
The UK specifically, the UK still can't recycle plastic bags at local councils. A lot of supermarkets say they can recycle them now, but that's a bit of a grey area. Non-valuable, because it doesn't have a value, so they don't bother recycling it. So instead, what happens is it just goes to landfill or it gets burned in the UK, which is terrible. So at Gomi, we try to innovate with this material and try and prove that it could have value. And I personally really like the contrast between using a really undesirable material to make really desirable products, and kind of make a statement there, prove a point that this material is actually really sexy and people do want it.
In 2018, Tom and his 3 co-founders launched Gomi, a Brighton UK-based company that's giving new life to items destined for the landfill. Tom began collecting plastic bags from shops, restaurants, cafes, and locals, while also taking batteries from e-bikes that travel the streets of London. Those batteries tend to be tossed aside thanks to the UK's council deemed the items non-recyclable. After some crafty experimenting and engineering, Gomi launched their first limited series portable speaker, Collection 1, in March 2023. So how do plastic bags and e-bike batteries turn into Gomi speakers? First, 2 recycling companies in the UK that the company partners with collect the plastic bag, clean them, and turn them into pellets. Once the pellets arrive at the facility, Gomi heats up the different color pellets in their studio. The melted pellets are then stretched and twisted manually. Next, they're pressed into hot molds and left to cool for 30 seconds. The outer shell of the speakers are then taken out of the molds and cleaned up. The offcuts from the speakers are taken off and reused to make new speakers. Then it's time to work with the batteries. To collect the batteries, Gomi works with a few e-bikes and e-scooter companies, mostly around the UK. The team takes in battery packs from bikes in London that are left on the streets or are broken and can't be fixed. Instead of those battery packs going to waste, Gomi opens up the packs, checks them, and dismantles battery cells. Those cells are then turned into battery packs to power the Gomi speakers. Each e-bike battery pack contains 50 cells, and the company can make 12 speakers out of one battery pack. After all that upcycling, the speakers are then assembled, the final wiring is installed, it's charged up, and the product is put into a fire-resistant casing. Boom, you've got a working speaker. Each speaker is sold for £299 or $389 directly from the company's website, gomi.design, and ships to the UK, Europe, and the US.
Whereas most speakers will be glued together and you need to get a new one in the next year or two. As you don't, it will last for life. So we've tried to use the best quality components. We've obviously made it ourselves in the UK. So we've really tried to not cut any corners here and make a truly great sustainable product that hopefully be really good for the customer, but also really good for the planet.
Each speaker comes in 3 unique patterns and colors, combining both the art and tech worlds. No 2 speakers are alike, and each feature a unique edition number as part of its limited release.
It doesn't look like a tech product. Like, if you look at tech products today, everything's grey. Gomi products and Collection 1 that we've just launched, it's every single one is handmade from waste. And that means that every single one has its own pattern. So if you had 2, this is the Panther colorway, if you had 2 of these next to each other, they would look completely different. And I feel like having uniqueness in tech is something that people really want. It's a way to express yourself.
Gomi makes 80 speakers per day. Each speaker is made out of 44 plastic bags and 4 battery cells. The speakers are battery powered, and Gomi says they can last for more than 30 hours on a full charge. Each Gomi speaker is made to last a lifetime, so if it needs to be fixed, Gomi will take it back, repair it, and send it right back to you.
You don't need people to keep buying your latest, newest product to earn money from it. It should be that the customer can have that product for life if they want it to. So yeah, I would say that if anything ever happened to a speaker, let us know. If it ever broke, if we ever released a new upgradable feature like a new Wi-Fi chip or a new battery, you could just send it back to us, or maybe even we could send you the component you could upgrade it.
It all began when Tom was in his final year at Brighton University. He was prototyping a design for a speaker made from waste, and his concept was exhibited in a few galleries and design shows. He then partnered up with his 3 additional co-founders, Pawan, Rishi, and Kyle, to bring his concept into the real world as a working product. Thus, Gomi was created. So why is this mission so important to Tom? Plastic bags are made of a polymer known as polyethylene. A 2021 study found that in the UK alone, only 44.2% of plastic packaging from households are being recycled. Flexible plastics such as bubble wrap, food packaging, and plastic bags account for roughly 263,083 metric tons of plastic waste per year in the UK. It can take each plastic bag 1,000 years to decompose in a landfill, and once it does, it breaks apart into microplastics that contaminate the soil and water. Meanwhile, the world's ocean is contaminated with an estimated 8 million metric tons of plastic waste every year, impacting our marine ecosystem and wildlife as well as human health. By 2050, it's estimated that there will be more plastic by weight in the ocean than fish. And battery packs are also bad for the environment when not disposed of properly. E-bikes use lithium-ion batteries, which gives them longevity compared to other batteries. But these contain toxic metals. Its mining and extraction process also have negative impacts on water, wildlife, and people. In many cases, these batteries are not disposed of correctly and can even cause large fires. According to the International Energy, the demand of lithium is expected to increase roughly 90% within the next 2 decades. So the fewer batteries that need to be produced because of products like these, the better we all are. To help solve these problems, Gomi set out to rescue 250,000 plastic bags and over 20,000 e-bike batteries by the end of 2023. The company has already rescued and repurposed over 33,000 plastic bags and 2,500 batteries to date. Want to help with your local plastic bag and battery waste problem? Tom says that anyone who has questions about waste or has products they would like to donate can send Gomi an email or message on Instagram.
There's no planet B at the moment, so even from little decisions in your daily life to what tech do I buy, it's going to make a huge impact. Everybody's doing it. That everybody uses tech products every day, and if everybody just decided to buy products that were repairable, so you didn't need to constantly get upgrades, imagine how many raw materials that would save over the next few years. Imagine how much waste we would save out of landfill. So yeah, I feel like the customers have a huge power over brands in choosing the right brands to buy from and the right brands to support.
Overall, Gomi hopes to make a statement with their products and show the world that tech can be made from waste.
So I think in 5 years, hopefully we'll have a whole range of products that prove this and started to make a real impact in the tech world, and hopefully inspired a few other companies as well to make some different decisions.
So what do you think? Do you use plastic bags? Do you ride e-bikes? What will you do with your bags and e-bikes now that you've watched this video? Let us know in the comments below.